Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do? The outlet to reality, the oldest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. To cambiar tu vida. If you want to change your life, then subscribe. Ching. And by the way, guys, I just published my first book. It's called Shabbat in Chicago. It's about an audacious single mom who opens her heart and home to five adopted kids while embracing her Latino culture while being Jewish. And today, guys, we have a very, very special guest. I had him bring him back in the building. Give it up for the one and only Dre Marro.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Primo. I'm happy you're here, man. You sound better. You look better. I just wanted to tell you that, and I miss you.
I miss you too, man. Love you, bro. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too, brother. You too. I want to share, a little story. So, my cousin called me last night. We got to have a conversation. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. And we were talking on the phone, and I was like, he's like, "Hey, cuz, I'm gonna be honest, I can't make it Sunday. We're gonna have to move it to next week." And I was like, "Dang, cuz," I got sad. He goes, "Look, man, I'm not feeling good. We might have to postpone it." I'm like, Primo, next week I'm going to LA, I'm flying. So I said, I can't do it. And it was a miracle because my cousin, he's like, you know what? We can do it tomorrow. I said, thank you, Primo. That's what I needed. I was like, praise the Lord, we back. So I was really happy about that. And you don't understand, like me and my cousin, we go way back. And I just miss it, man. Like I still remember my first time when I first met you. My tia Martha, she found you guys, and we went to Wisconsin, and we're driving, take a little road trip. I was a young kid, maybe 9 to 10. My cousin, he was younger than me, and so we get there, and I remember he was showing me his wrestling toys, and
Yeah.
and my cousin was rapping, and I thought I was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So my cousin, he was like, and then he was spitting. I don't know what he said. He went too fast, and then I was like, yeah, with the, and the, I forgot what I say too, but it was so cool because my cousin he could keep going. And I ran out of ideas. I couldn't think anymore for my freestyle. And I'll never forget it. It was one of my favorite moments. And but yeah, Primo, I'm happy you're here. It's amazing. Do you remember that night? I wanted to ask you that. Do you remember that time when we first met?
Yeah, I remember the very first time. I remember all the times that we even hung out when we were young, man. It was a good time, but that was funny because I think we met for the first time, and you told me, "Yo, I do, I do rap too. I'm writing stuff." We both showed each other our music, and then we started playing with the action figures. I remember you were like, "Yo, you got," because I had, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm one of the biggest WWE fans of all time. I had like every action figure. I had like boxes of them, bro. I had the collection, and it was a good time. And it's funny, it's before you brought that up, I hadn't thought about that in years. So really cool,
Wow.
man.
That's amazing, man. I remember too, like when you would sleep over and you were like older, you were like 21, 22. And I was like, yo, Primo, let's go for a run. And you're like, yeah, let's go. And we'll go like 6 in the morning, Saturday, right? Or Sunday. I forgot what day. And we'll run in the park. And I was like, Primo,
Oh, I was actually that was a while back. It's you might think of it when I was 21, 22, but it was before that. It was like I was probably like 18. So I remember that
oh,
was like one of the summers I stayed at your house and I stayed with your cousin. I was probably like 18, maybe 19. But yeah, it was a while back. But yeah, I remember that. Then I remember recently though, like maybe 2016. So I was probably like in my 20s. I stayed at your house to go to the university you were at. They had like a talent show or some type of event. I don't know if you remember that. That was a good time too. But yeah, I remember, man.
yeah,
Crazy.
you went with America. I remember you came
Yeah,
to one
yeah.
of the classes and the professor she was like, hey, Dre Marro, you think you could spit a rap? And you're like, yeah. So when it comes down to grammar, I'm gonna get you in the hammer. That's something I forgot what, because my class was English. It was like an English journalist class. So you're like, let me
Oh
take a
yeah,
few words, what y'all talking about, and then let me put it into a rap. I forgot what it was, but it was dope because it was right before the showcase. So it was cool. You got to like do a little freestyle, and I felt good to show off my cousin. That's my cousin, that. But yes, but it was
yeah.
so dope, Primo. I'm really happy. Now look, Primo. I know this is tonight's about you, right? You the main spotlight. I want you to share about your new single coming out. I heard it's coming out. I don't know if it came out already, but the name of the song, if you could spill the beans, maybe not the cheese, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So it's actually gonna be a really active year. 2024 is gonna be crazy because I got a lot of stuff to be working on with Colossal Mind, who is not only an amazing producer but a dope artist. And one of these times you should get him on these interviews, man, because he's got a lot of his name's Colossal Mind for a reason. He's got a lot of knowledge and uh not to get off on a tangent, but so we have a lot of stuff we're working on. We're in this thing with Cato, the producer, who's actually doing a overnight success story competition. So that's actually going to be coming out before our single, but it's a competition. Whoever wins gets to actually fly out to Atlanta and work with Cato and B.O.B. So that's going to be a really fun competition. He's got about 4 or 5 different beats that he's produced, and different artists, different groups are going to enter. Me and Colossal Mind are going to enter as one. But after that, our planned single, before I was going to do that, because I don't even think you knew about that, I'm just bringing it up, is it's called Hit Up the Plug. And it's produced by Colossal Mind. Got a verse by myself. I wrote the hook. And it's also got a verse of Colossal Mind. And man, we both come in with a clinic. It's really just a dope song. It's a party track. We're talking about, it's a double entendre. Like, we're talking about hitting up the plug as far as like, yo, we're trying to smoke, we're trying to drink. Like, who can we hit up, to try to get us in the right vibe? But also, when I'm in the studio, when I'm working on music, Colossal Mind is the plug. He's my producer. So when I'm in the studio, I got to hit up the plug, make sure we got the beat. So it's a cool little flip on it. And we're just having fun, making some good hip hop music, some of the best music I've made in my life so far in my career. And that one's going to be the one that I was telling you about, hit up the plug. That should be dropping at some point in February. So I don't have an exact date, so I don't want to say it because I hate saying dates and change them. But it should be sometime in late February. But this Kato on the track thing is going to be releasing in a few weeks. And I just put out a remix to Gunna's track "Fuck You Mean." I don't know. I think I sent you the link. It's got sushi roll on it, and it just reached 7,000 views on my YouTube channel. I just hit 1,083 subscribers on my YouTube channel as well. So I'm really excited about that. It was a real fun way to kick off the year, but got a lot of stuff coming. We do.
Wow, I love it. I love it. The sushi one you're talking about is the one that goes, yeah. That's the one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Gunna song. Fuck you mean? I did a remix to it, and what's crazy about that is that remix, bro, was not planned. We had another song that we recorded. Shout out to my boy Misfit Mark. He's on my song Temper Tantrum that'll be releasing later in the year, produced by Syndrome. And I just wanted to give him a quick shout. But we were in the session, right? We finished the song, had about 30 minutes left. That song, that Fuck You Mean one, is on the radio a lot. So I'm like, yo, give me a track, give me a beat. I started looking through because I got lyrics upon lyrics on my phone. A lot of times I write a bunch of stuff, I don't use it for whatever. And, so like, yo, I got some bars that'll kind of fit, I fit them around. And that's why, like, I love doing remixes or, freestyles and stuff like that because there's no format. It's all just on the spot. I might grab some stuff that I wrote. I might make up some stuff in the moment to kind of tie it together. And that one, bro, we literally recorded in like 20 minutes, probably less. Did it in like 2 or 3 takes. Put a little bit of auto tune in some of the saucy parts, and it sounded good, man. And it was my first time actually putting auto tune in my voice, so it was a good time for real.
Wow, Primo. I like that you're being more are you saying you're playing now with different sounds, which is good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You went from being like this is my dream, Freddy Cougar can see, and then you change it. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it back to the days, and then you
The
went
hello,
from
homie.
right, hello,
Hello,
homie.
homie.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You went from there and then you went fast, right? You know, and then you're going to like I like the evolution that I see from Dre Marro, you know what I'm saying? And then
Thank you, man.
you know what I'm saying, you did a Spanish song. I forgot to tell you, I was so proud of you. It was about time,
Oh,
Primo.
legacy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was
Thank you,
really
man.
happy, you know. So now that you hit the auto tune, I think it's nice. You're showing that you can play with the music, which is good. That means you can do different styles, you know.
Appreciate that, man. And, the crazy thing is this year I'm actually producing. I'm learning. So since I was young, I've always played around with making beats, and some of my earlier songs I produced myself. And in the beginning, that's probably why the quality wasn't always the best. I'll be honest. But I used to mix, master, produce my own music, and I was never that was never my strong suit. I've always been a lyricist. I've always been a vocalist. But man, this year you're gonna get some Dre Marro productions that are next level, and a lot of it is thanks to Colossal Mind, working with different artists, and really just studying and taking time to hone my craft, sharpen my sword. Like you said, trying to evolve my sound so it's not the same thing. It's something different for my fans, for my listeners, and just myself as a hip hop artist, right? Like I want to evolve and get better. And I'm wearing the Dragon Ball hat. It's probably reversed because of the camera, but right? I want to get to that new power level, that new final form, so you got to keep learning and doing better. So that's what it is.
I love it. I love it, Primo. You know
Thanks.
that another thing that I like about you is that I remember anytime we debate, you will always bring Dragon Ball Z philosophy. I remember always, brother, always. And I remember like it's and it's interesting because you know what? To be honest with you, if you pay attention to Vegeta and Goku, right? I'm just gonna put these two really big popular characters. Vegeta has always tried to beat Goku, right? But if you pay
Yeah,
attention to Goku, he doesn't take it personal. Like he'll get mad in some episodes, but he laughs a lot. Like he laughs,
yeah,
and that's how I feel like in life you just can't take it personal. And Vegeta, he wants so much power, and it's like his life kind of goes ups and down. Like he wants to be bad, then he wants to be good, then he wants to be bad, and when he wants to come back, it's kind of like us, right? I feel like in life sometimes we can have a cold heart, where we know what's the right thing to do, but because of our pride and our ego, it doesn't allow us to be humble and to take
yeah,
feedback or criticism. So that's what I take from Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball Z. It's my favorite. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? What about you, Primo? What can you say about Dragon Ball Z that you've learned from like the series, from the show, or maybe there's a scene that really stood out to you that you're like, man, I can always apply that today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say the thing that I love about well, I'd say the two parts. One part about Dragon Ball is I feel like the story of Dragon Ball, when you go from the beginning to even watching the original Dragon Ball to Z to Super, is so applicable to everyday life. Like you said, there was scenes even with Vegeta that you saw that maybe his ego got in the way or his pride got in the way. So there's no matter who you are in the world, there's one character or there's one moment in Dragon Ball that can apply to your life. That's why I love it. Now, number two, the thing that really stands out to me, honestly, is Teenage Gohan or Younger Gohan was one of my original favorite characters. And the reason being, not to like spoil the show if you haven't watched it, but through the beginning of Z all the way to the Cell Saga, there's a lot of foreshadowing that you see Gohan has these little bursts of energy, bursts of power when he gets angry or when he lets his emotions take over. And I think that throughout Dragon Ball, Gohan is seen as this kind of like when he's a kid, is like a scary kid or kind of like the character that's never up for the challenge. But when it finally has to face Cell, to me that's like anyone that like anything in life you could apply as a podcaster, as anyone as an artist, anyone that's working towards something. We have that moment in our lives where we finally have to prove it that this we are not that scary person. We're not that weak person. We're gonna move forward and accomplish anything. And I feel like when Gohan steps up and he defeats Cell in the Cell games and all that, that's like everybody's like moment to just be like, yes, I'm here and I'm ready to, take my challenge head on. So I love Dragon Ball because it teaches you, like you said, being humble is sometimes the most important thing because the more humble you are, the reason Goku is so powerful is, like you said, he's got a happy go lucky spirit. He's positive. He really just wants to become the best fighter he can. He doesn't want to be better than anybody else. He just wants to be the best he can. So he learns from all these masters, all these different fighters. And if you really look at Dragon Ball, all of Goku's techniques are techniques that he's taken either from a past enemy or a new master, but it's all something that he's learned. So I feel like every person, if they approach life that way, like, look, I don't want to be better than this person. I don't think I'm better than this person. I just want to be the best version of me, and I'm gonna train and study and be a good student to become the best version of me. That's when you're gonna see success in your life because now you're not envying anyone else. You're not putting anyone else up or down. You're just focusing energy towards yourself. And I think energy is like wherever whatever you put energy, that's what you're gonna get back. If you put it into something positive, you're gonna receive that positive. You put it into something negative, like, oh, so and so shouldn't have this, so and so, that's just gonna come back to you. So that's my lesson with Dragon Ball.
I love that, man. I love that. And also, too, one thing that you made me think of is how Gohan was the first one to turn to Super Saiyan 2, right?
Mhm.
So that was huge. I actually thought, like, in the saga, that Gohan was gonna be the best, even better than his father, because he went to that stage. You remember when he fought Cell, he turned into the next
Right.
level. And I got sad that he didn't continue like we wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of made
Yeah.
me sad. They put him kind of like a side character, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy is, so when I was growing up and I saw that, right, with the Boo saga, they kind of downgraded Gohan's character. It bothered me because I was like, what are you guys doing? Like he just said, just built him up to kind of be the next guy. And now you're just gonna, but if you really think about it, it's clever writing because Goku has always been the fighter, right? Vegeta's always been the Saiyans. Pure-blooded Saiyans, they love to fight, right? They love to fight the way I love hip hop or the way I love cheese pizza. Like they love that shit. But Gohan, he's an Earthling, right? At the end of the day, he's part Earthling, part Saiyan. So he has the powers of a Saiyan, but the emotions and the mind of a human. And so he only really wants to fight when he absolutely has to. And that's why I think that even Goku later in the series kind of comes around back on that and says, "Hey, I want to go on to be that guy to kind of carry the torch, but realistically, it's gonna have to be me and Vegeta because we're the ones that love to fight. We love to train. You know what I mean? Gohan doesn't have that. He's strong. He has a natural ability to even surpass Goku. But that goes back to the kind of back to like being an artist. How many artists do you know? I know. I don't want to say names, but I know a lot of artists that are very talented. 10 times more talented than me. They could sing. They could do all this stuff. They could make beats. They could do, but they don't have the work ethic that someone like me. I'll be straight up. I don't have a lot of talent. Everything that I've built up. I mean, a lot of people like my music, but it took me time to work on my craft. I wasn't just born with the ability to just be this great artist. So I feel like that's kind of like Goku. Goku has to train like crazy to reach his powers. Gohan surpasses Goku in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just got that natural power. But again, it's kind of like, where is your heart? You know what I'm saying? So for Goku, his heart is in fighting. For Gohan, not so much. I think that he was more motivated to protect his family, to protect his friends. But once the threat of Cell went away, his motivation kind of died. So it's interesting.
Yeah. I like that. I like what you said, how Gohan is half Earth and half Saiyan because you know he only fight when it's necessary, right? And that's kind of like
Yeah.
what I took from it. So something that you made me think of, right? So I've been studying a lot with my rabbi, and shout out to Rabbi David, with nice, smart guy, and he told me that if you pay attention to, like, if you struggle with discipline, he's like, when you come home, and this is a great technique, I highly recommend it. He said, let's say you making a goal that you're gonna work out right after work, right? He said, when you come home, you should, if you have to grab your clothes, your bag, or work out, just grab it and leave the house. He said, don't even sit down, take off your shoes, go shower, whatever, because you sink to the earth. He said, with the moment you sit down, um, we have this term called Yisr Hara, which means the evil inclination. It drags you down. So you get more comfortable, you get lazy. So look at this. You're like, man, I'm just going to take off my shoes, sit down, watch one episode of Ball Z, and I'm just going to chill. And that's it. But next you know, the second comes out, third episode comes out, it's already 10 p.m. You ain't go to the gym. So he taught me a nice technique is that come home, like he said, if you have to change your clothes, you can change, but leave right away or after work, go straight to the gym. That will motivate you to actually do something. Because he said, the moment you sit, you sink to the earth. The earth kind of swallows you. And he's so right. I started changing that. Even my alarm, I won't put the alarm right next to me because then I'll snooze it. So he said, put it across the other room. So I'll put it so far and I'll put full volume and I'll hear it when I'm sleeping. And automatically I know in order for me to turn it off, I have to get up. So I get up, go to the other room or the kitchen and turn it off. And then I'm awake. So it's like different techniques how to defeat like um around, like I said, the evil inclination, and it's so deep, man. So like it's mind blowing. And
That's interesting.
right, it's pretty good, right? I had to share
And
some
you know
stuff.
what? It actually goes with was it Isaac Newton who states an object in motion
Yeah.
stay in motion, right? So it's like if you have to get up to turn off your alarm, you're more than likely to stay up and stay active because I'm already up. Or you got to go to the gym, you're going to grab your clothes, you're going to leave, you're going to stay in that vibe. But like you said, you go home, that's when you start, oh man, I'll just do it later. Later's my favorite. My wife, you could ask Miss America, the first lady hip hop, shout out to her. You could ask her. My nickname for the longest time was Tomorrow, not Dre Marro, was Tomorrow. You want to know why? Because I'd always be like, I'll do it tomorrow. I won't do it today, but I'll do it tomorrow. I'll go pick it up tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. So you're definitely right.
Yeah, it's deep, brother. And it's a hard, to be honest, having that discipline, that change, even like not eating food, right? That's so hard, right? Because you're on the
Oh, yeah.
go, you're like, man, I want that, whatever it is, right? That's on the way, right? And you have the power to say no. And I like what he said because here's the thing, man. Like, me, I have to be careful eating fast food because of high blood pressure, and I have to be very
Right.
cautious. So my doctor's like, you can't have fast food every day. It's not good for you. And I'm like, yeah, doc, you're right. You're right. He's like, it's better you eat at home because you know what you're making and you know what's going into your body. And I said, yeah, you're right. You're right, doc. I gotta take notes. And something that really helped me too that I learned is that when you eat fast food, just think of it like you're putting and just think of your body being like a Corvette. Boom, boom. You got the nice spinners and you got the turbo. You know, you got the
turbo,
yeah,
turbo drive.
right. You got the tinted windows. I hide, but the way I look at it, and I love this philosophy that one of my rabbis shared, was that when you eat fast food or food that's not good for you, it's like putting diesel in your Corvette, in your car. Remember, you're a shiny car, you're nice, you're special. So by you putting diesel, you're damaging that Corvette. So when you put good stuff into your body, right? It's good for the body, the soul, the mind. It's good stuff, and it makes you really think about. So now when I'm driving now, I'll be leaving from work, right? And I'm starving. And I know I could get fast food. I'll be like, do I really want to put diesel? You know what I'm saying? Do I really want to put and I know it's cheaper. I know it's cheaper.
Yeah, but you know what it does to you? Like I need the good results.
Right, right. So it's hard to change it. We have to stop ourselves, think about it. So
Hey, I got to
yo,
introduce you
you're
to my guy, Aramet the sandwich guy. That's like he was gonna. He got shot. He got shot.
I thought he
That's
was gonna
it.
spit rap. I thought he was gonna spit rap.
That's what I was trying to get him to do. It's all good. Um, Bro, I agree with that, man. I feel like you said, whatever. It's almost like content, right? If you're over here watching, I mean, we all like to have fun. I watch my Dragon Ball, I watch whatever, but I always try to balance it with things that are going to educate me or things that are going to push me forward. Whether it's something in music I'm learning, whether it's something in production, licensing, and contracts, royalties, something that's going to feed me. You know, it's going to, like you said, be that good fuel to my engine, not the fucking cheap ass shit. You know, that nobody wants. So I feel you.
Thank you, Primo. Thank you, Primo. Now, look, Primo, I want to ask you, man. You feel? Are you feel pumped if you could do a little freestyle?
Man, I'll do this. I'm gonna rap you some bars from one of my up and coming songs that I got with my boy Misfit Mark. I'll rap you a few bars.
Okay,
That cool? And
okay,
then I gotta
but
sign out. It's getting late. I gotta get to
yeah,
bed. I gotta
okay,
start this whole thing over again.
okay.
You down? All right. They ain't seen too much of me this past month. Had to level up. I'm working overtime to stack up. Success has had a crush on me. I'm just feeling handsome. The way I son these motherfuckers, they should call me grandpa. It's the flow to make the real Slim Shady stand up. Inspired by the rap guy, praying with my hands up. After a mic check, hit you from the neck down. Got your hand over your chest like you about to recite the anthem. I got mad bars. It's a type of tantrum. Everything is calculated, but I still hit you with random. Yo.
Ooh, ooh, I got the chills. I got the
Just a
chills. So,
taste, just a taste, just a taste. I can't wait for them to get the whole track. That's my track, Temper Tantrum, with my boy Misfit Mark. It should be releasing a little bit later this year. Again, hit up the plug. It'll be coming out in February. And Kato on the track and B.O.B. Best believe we're going to get that contest, me and Colossal Mind. We're going to be heading to Atlanta pretty soon. Shout them out, you know. But thank you again for having me, man. I do appreciate it. You're the man, bro. You're the man.
thank you, Primo. Thank you, Primo. Look, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I love the rap, Primo. Guys, this is the outlet to reality. The holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching. Y'all know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. The outlet to reality. My Snapchat is Take One Pass It. And Primo, where can my fans find you?
Man, you can actually find me on www.dremarro.com, my official website, where you'll see links to all my music. You'll also be able to see my upcoming show dates and all of my content as far as my songs, my YouTube. I'm on YouTube as well. Google me, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, TikTok at Dre Marro 262, DREMARRO. Yes, truly, man, we here.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Primo. Thank you.